This is just trying to play it, and we are once again playing Little Big Workshop. We left off on day 8, probably in the middle of the day, and we had just finished one of contracts for Crazy Steve. And basically, Crazy Steve, is one of the easier ones. Obviously, he helped us do the tutorial, so we have to remain loyal. So we finished one of his contracts, and basically we're just going to go to the market and figure out what else we're going to do in the meantime. The market is something that I like to use in order to just get through, certain, get through the times and stuff like that. Because, for the most part, you can find little things to do on the market. The market helps you also accomplish things like when you have to deliver a certain number of products. Usually your contracts are not, that much. They're usually not, you're not doing 20 or 30 of them. You're doing 10, 15. I think the highest might even be 15, maybe even 20 something. So you're not doing a ton of products at a time. But if you go to the market, you can do however many products you want up to the maximum for the demand for that cycle. Now, you can always mass produce these things. You can always do, say, 50 or 60 of them. And then as the cycles change, you can sell them within those cycles. So what I try to do is I try not to overproduce too much. In this case, I don't know what the market's going to do the next time. And that's just a given. That's probably as close to reality as this game gets. But I don't know what the market is going to do next time, so I don't overproduce the items unless I know that in the next one or two markets I can get rid of everything. The one thing I don't like to do is scrapping the items because you get considerably less. So what I think I'm going to do is we're going to look for another product to do. These back scratchers weren't that bad, but they weren't that good either. These small shelves, they're quick. I wouldn't say quick anymore. They're not as quick as I thought. Because taking a day to do 4 of them is ridiculous. This is going to take more than I might have to buy. This is actually quick, but it's going to take another piece of equipment that we don't have. And this is the one thing that kind of gets you, because you sometimes have to invest your time into some of this. The idea for me is to look for something that pays well, that's not that slow, but yeah, I'm not going to find that, I don't think, on here. That's going to take a minute. Yeah, there's a lot of steps there. Oh, there's a lot of steps. So we're going to go back with this. This helped us out before. It'll help us out again. So let's go ahead and do it. We're going to do another 10 of them because, the money's going to be decent. And it would be nice, though, if that other item that we just sold that we just made for Crazy Steve was actually on the market, because those were pretty easy. The little horse, those were pretty easy. It's like, what, 2 steps, 3 steps, whatever it is, and it's done. So it would be nice if those were out here, but they're not. And you notice too, it's kind of funny when you get something like this, and then this one, whose attributes are not that far from this one, but the money's different. The money's a lot different. Like, you have this one that requires the same attributes as this one, but the money's considerably different. I don't know. It's just one of those things. So considering that this one is more, I want to see, you gotta sew stuff. We don't have the sewing machine or anything ready yet. We don't have that. So we're gonna move time on for a bit and see how fast they can do this. We're not on a time limit, but it's kind of interesting to watch it, and you can see each piece being made, and then once they get to a certain point, once they've made, they're going to go through it and make all of one thing first. Then they're going to go through and make all of something else again. But that's fine with me because I prefer it that way. I don't want you to have to keep switching processes just to make something. So there's the first one being made. So we're going to fast forward into the next market, and we're going to kind of try to see what's on the next market. And our people are just working diligently. And if you even hear the language and stuff from them, it's pretty cute. You don't know what they're saying. You have no idea what they're saying, but it's cute. So you're like, oh well, that's not an issue. It's cute. So you tolerate it because it's cute. But at a certain point, it's going to get annoying. It's going to be very annoying. So okay, we have another challenge. We have more of these. We have 14 units this time. It's going to give us a decent reward, well, a really cheap reward, but the reputation is going to be great. That's going to help us make it over the top. So what we're going to do is, once again, we're almost through with these back scratchers. We're going to go ahead and create this plan. The plan, once you create it, is there, unless you want to change some of the links. It's already there. It's already done for you. So there's really no point of changing it. But like I said, if you want to change the links, like for instance, if you only had one of those pieces of equipment that does it. So for instance, one paint table, and then you ended up getting a second paint table, then you got a billboard. So it makes sense for you to then turn around and relink those things, instead of letting it stay at the default link where it was only thinking that you had one table. So over here, we now have 4 of these to work with, which means that I am going to get my construction and I'm going to get the wood, since that's what we've been working on. So now that I can do construction, oh hell, what's this? We're ready for these guys now. So as you can see, he gives better products. He gives more money, but a little bit less in reputation, which makes sense. So this is about to have an issue. So we're going to get the repair plan. Go here. Like I said, this guy is going to give great orders. He's going to pay good money, but his reputation is going to be low. But that's fine. That's fine with us. That's absolutely fine. See, they've increased. They've gotten better. They've gotten better. They're getting better. They're getting better. So we've got his order going. We just sent out the market order. And these little horses actually are pretty cool. I love making them on here because they just, for so little in material, they make a decent amount of money and they get done pretty quick, which is really what I'm looking for, is a cash flow. Because these things have a great cash flow. But I really wish like they were on the market already. They should be soon. They should be soon. Usually the products they ask for are on the market pretty soon. But let's see what it's going to take to make this. All wood, it looks like. All wood. And according to this, it's supposed to take us roughly 2 days to do it. But what is his deadline? 5 days. So when you think about it, that's actually pretty good. Let's just make sure. Yes, it is. Okay. Usually if one of them is linked, it means you've linked the others. But if you want to check it, you by all means check it. You can either go to it like this and see that it's highlighted, or you can hover over it and it'll tell you what it's linked to. But you notice it's linked to the woodworking station, which is only at 25%. So that basically means it works. It does a lot, but it does it slower than, say, a dedicated piece of equipment that's supposed to do it. So there are obviously better equipment that we're going to get, but in this case, it's not doable right now. We are doing this thing at a higher uh, design and attribute than we're higher target than we're trying to hit. It's like double, but that's the least we can do right now. That's the funny thing about it. That's the least we can do. So, better quality, whatever. It's really not that big of a deal. So by the time that stuff comes in, we're probably going to be done with these horses. Yeah, I think we are. So with that, we're going to deliver. And here he comes to get him. Now we've got people working here. We can say that we want to increase the number of people working over here. Right now I'm not going to, because I don't have enough people to spare. So as long as we've got maybe 1 or 2 people helping him, he should be fine. He shouldn't get upset. And he's gone. So that takes us up another level. And it takes us up a level with him. So Steve. Let's see. We are in at level 2 with Steve. This one is we're gonna need repair. And that's the one thing too, is like you listen, like you probably can't hear the sound, but you listen for certain things. If you move around the map, right here you can't hear anything that's going on in your factory, but you know that something's going on. But the closer you get to it, you're gonna hear the noise. So it comes in handy with some of those little mini games they have in there. It comes in handy when you need to hear whether or not something's going to need repair soon and things like that. So I think it's really important that you kind of pay a little attention to it, and just listen in. I only have 5 machines right now, so I should not miss any machines that need repair. It's just wrong. It would be wrong for me to miss that. There's only 5 machines to really watch or to listen for. And they should finish this soon. Now it's showing us that we have obviously better, we have another station, the glue station, which is great. We have these things, all of this machinery here. Scroll saw, lathe machine, all this stuff. And as you can see, these machines are dedicated to doing one thing. Like this one is a table saw. It's going to do one type of cut. This one does one type of cut well, but it could do 2 types of cut. The second cut is not as good. So that's one thing too you have to look for and be on the lookout for. Okay, so they've added these shelves up here. I don't like the price. I hate the price. So guess what we're going to be doing after this? We're going to be doing some more of these things. So, basically this is what they do. They go around, they make stuff. We try to make money. We try to stay afloat. We try to make sure that they get their breaks so that they don't pass out. We try to make sure the machinery is repaired so that they don't blow up. Because machinery does blow up and it burns our people. So, luckily in this game they have ways for you to specialize certain people. They have different types of things you can do. Some of the things on here is kind of cool to see it being made and to see it when it's made. So it's really interesting with some of the stuff that they've come up with on here. Especially some of the robots that they have on here. They actually click around and move and stuff. And it's kind of funny because, it's like you're making these things to sell to someone else, but at the same time, you just look at them in awe, because so much attention to detail has been, made on these things. So the market has just changed, which means we should have a challenge. Great. So we took this one. We now have this one from him. And as you can see, the reputation he gives us is great for the money that he pays. And this guy is the opposite. The reputation he gives us is not as good for the money he pays. But we'll take it. We'll take it either way. We expect it to get harder. We expect to have to earn it a little more. So, you just do it. We'll just do it. So we're doing that. We fix that. We're fixing that station. Now, I want to see how much it's going to cost for us to expand. So let's see how much that is. We're going to start here. And we're going to go here. Because I want to make use of this. It's going to cost us $6,800. That actually is not bad. It actually is not bad. $6,870. That's not bad. Okay, so at least we know how much it costs. It's going to cost us about $6,900 to expand that. Because what I want to do too is I want to make the rooms, the big rooms you do get a penalty as far as the decorations and stuff. You're then going to have to buy more decorations. But I like bigger rooms so I can put more products in there, more equipment in there. So that I can make more products, more things can happen in one room than, me having 2 or 3 rooms just to do the same thing. I forgot how big they have to be in order for them to consider them to be a big room. But I try not to have so many of them, but I then say to myself, well, in all honesty, these trophies over here help me overcome that pretty quickly. Like I said, they are ×2 decoration value. So if I put this carney plant up, like for instance there's one here, and I put this trophy in here somewhere, it will double this value. So I'll have 40 for the mood over here, of worth of mood, as opposed to 20. So it kind of helps a bit, but I don't want to take advantage of that yet. But eventually I will start using some of those trophies, especially when I make bigger rooms that have a penalty for being big. I think it's like 25 or 50 mood penalty for that. It's like negative already. So it's like, dude, I haven't put anything in here and I'm already fighting the negative. So that could be an issue as well. But I try not to have too many of those rooms. I don't like the little rooms where I can only put 2 or 3 different things in it. But then again, I may do it. I might do it. Doesn't matter. So it's day 14. We are going to deliver these. I think my money actually went up a little bit. I think the profit that I was going to make on that went up a little bit due to the new market. The new market cycle. This is 150. This is 162. So I would probably keep making some of these. They're pretty quick. They're fast. Same with these. I've made 10 in this cycle. I can make another 32 and not have to worry about them not selling. That's one thing on here too, is that things can go out of cycle like these, and then there's no demand, so you actually may not sell the things. You have to scrap them. So we're going to start this, and I think at this time we are going to end this particular episode, and we're going to come back later and kind of see how high we can go, if we can get him at least to level 2, with the furniture and stuff. Hopefully we make enough, like once I go over about 20,000, which this new order, this new contract is probably going to take me, it's going to take me well over that. But, well, we still have expenses and stuff, but it should take me over 20K. Once I get over 20K, I'm going to expand this room here. I'm going to create another room right here. And I'm going to make this room probably, I don't know, I might make this room the new wood room. And then I might make this current room into the paint room. So that means this will get moved over here, and I'll probably add another one of these. It depends on the money now. It depends on how much money I'm working with. Add another one of these, and then I'll go in and grab a couple of these, because there are some things on the market like these that are going to use them, and these things have basically pretty good profit. So we're also going to end it there, and like I said, thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed it. This is an autosave from today. It autosaves a lot of different places, and we're going to save this game, and then we're going to continue. So please let me know if you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments. Hit the like button if that's what you feel like you need to do. Hit the dislike button if that's what you feel like you need to do. Whatever you want to do, whatever makes you feel good, do it. Until next time, thank you. See you later.